Hello, everyone. I know that last time I told you I was going to talk about ley lines. Well, no. Today, I'm going to talk about my story, a real, true, divine feminine. But I'm not just talking about divine feminines, I'm talking about divine people in general, masculine and feminine. Okay, we all have feminine and masculine energy in us. Energy. Not saying that we are masculine and feminine. We're not masculine and feminine. You were born either a male or a female. You don't, you're not both, okay? You just have those energies inside of you, the capacity to be one or the other at any given time. Say that I'm in a situation that calls for me to be a little stronger, then my divine masculine or my masculine energy will come out. Doesn't have to be divine, but masculine, because not everybody's divine. Let's face it, we have karmic people in this world. Anyways, let me get to the story. I'm not going to talk about ley lines today. I know I said that I would, but no, I'll do that next time. Okay, to tell my story about how I become to know that I'm a divine feminine. At first, I just thought I was a divine chosen one because I've been doing readings since I was 4 years old. And I started out knowing that I was someone different. I was special, all right? In the fact of I never fit in anywhere when I was younger, and I still don't fit in a lot of circles. But that doesn't bother me because I know who I am now. And I know I bring the light, and a lot of people can't stand the light because they live in darkness, right? And that's just where they are in their lives. But we've all been in darkness. We've all been karmic at one time or another. And that's the thing that we have to know, that we were not always living in the light. We're not perfect creatures, because none are perfect but Jesus, God. And that's whom I serve, God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit. Plain and simple, nobody else. All right? What I'll start off with telling you what a divine feminine is not, but a karmic is, male or female. A karmic person is a person that will come look for you. They'll put a tracker on your phone, male or female. They'll come drive by your house to make sure you're home because they're obsessed with you. And it may not be the sex, it may not be anything in particular, but it's just that if you are a divine person, then it will be your energy that they need. They need that energy, and it will drain you. And you don't want anybody following you around that's an opt or a Decepticon, is what you guys call them. And the truth is, I didn't really have my awakening until I met my divine masculine. I was doing readings and all of that, right? So I was, not really searching, but I was looking because I was karmic in nature a little bit. I had some karmic sides that I had to end. Those karmic cycles have to end. Things that people and places that you have to end because you're now divine. So, if you don't do that, then Spirit, God, whomever you serve, will do it for you. So I met my divine person, my masculine, my husband now. I'm the only person that I know that has been in union with their twin flame. Yes, married, and it's not a karmic situation. I know that you people would like to think that nobody's actually been in union with their divine person, male or female. I have. I am in union with my divine masculine as we speak. I'm currently seeking a divorce because my divine masculine does not want to be who he is. He would like to be a karmic. He wants to stay in his karmic energy. And, people don't always have to vibrate higher. They don't choose to do that. They don't want to be a divine person, some people. He's one of those people. He does not want to be divine. Ever. I don't think so. From what I know of him, he's told me that that's not something that he'd like to do or be or subscribe to do. I met other soulmates, of course, along the way. But let's talk about my story. So I was reading on a platform. You can Google me, like I said before. And I was reading on there for a long, long time. I've been on there now 23 years, going on my 24th year, God's willing. So I was just having a normal life, but I knew that something in my life was missing and I desired a real mate. And my first person that I met that I fell in love with, I was with for 10 years. He was a karmic. Everything was karmic about us. We were arguing all the time. Nothing real nice about the relationship. It was back and forth, in and out, because it's like you're on the infinity symbol. You know how it goes? You can stay on that symbol for all your life if you don't get off and close cycles out and become who you need to be if you're a divine person and you have a mission and a purpose. Not all of us on earth have mission and purpose to be a divine chosen one. It's a very difficult life, I will tell you. It's almost caused me to, do things that I wouldn't normally do as a person. All right? Back to my time. When I met my person, it was under some crazy circumstance. Honestly, I was like, I heard his voice, and I was like, man, that sounds like an angel. He sounds like an angel. Where is he? And I was like, maybe he'll talk to me, maybe he won't. So he did talk to me. Yeah, he talked to me. We started talking on the phone. We got each other's numbers. We started talking and talking and talking. And at the time, he was away. I won't tell you where he was, but he was away. I won't say if he was in the military, in jail, prison, wherever. I won't say none of that, or at his house, but he was away, okay? In another place, in another state, and I was in another state. So most of our communication from this point was on the phone. We met in person, but, when I met him, my heart was like beating, like I had heart palpitations. I thought I was dying, honestly, because I had all these heart palpitations. And that has a lot to do with it as well, because when you meet your person, you'll have a lot of heart palpitations, and your life will start to transform. And I had a lot of kundalini awakening. I had a kundalini awakening in which I saw us together in this beautiful fifth dimension with nothing but flowers, and birds were coming around us, bees, all kinds of animals were there. And I saw the symbol, the kundalini symbol, like the doctor symbol with the snake. I saw that and I was like, what in the world? And I asked God, I said, God, this is my person. This is my divine masculine. Send me a sign. I mean, you can ask for a sign from the universe or from God, whomever you choose or whomever you serve, to send you a sign. And I said, send me a sign that this is my person. He sent me a sign of a rainbow. That's what I asked for. And the sun was out, who, expects to really see a rainbow when the sun is out, right? So he sent me that rainbow, and the sun was out. And I was like, wow, this is my person, because I knew I would hear songs that, remind me of him. I would see the thing that Captain Kirk used to do when he would transform to another place. It was like a hologram. And I would see him, and I was drinking one evening with these people at this barbecue. And I saw him sitting there, and I was like, what is going on? What is this? I was like really freaking out, because I was like thinking, okay, I'm getting drunk and I shouldn't be getting drunk. Maybe God is trying to tell me, you don't need to get drunk. So we kept talking and talking. And, the feelings were so strong. He told me that he wanted to get to know me mentally before physical. So I was like, well, I'm not going to keep talking to you on the phone. And, we haven't really been together that much. So we made a plan to meet up. We kept meeting for time and time, every 30, 45 days. He'll fly in or I'll fly in. And we'll see each other. No sex. None. Period. And, when I was with him, I'd have these episodes of my heart palpitation. But I never told him about it. I never asked him about it. But I knew that something was different about this relationship, because I was having too many signs, too many synchronicities. I started to see the numbers. And throughout my life, God has always revealed different things to me, piece by piece, step by step, like the numbers, the angel numbers, the birds, the cloud formations, and all of that, because all of this stuff means something. Even signs you see along the road, even, in the church signs that you may see, all of that stuff is not by coincidence. It's for a reason. So I would see different signs. I began to fly. He would fly me out, but it was mostly all of his doing. He would always pay for everything. And, I was in my karmic feminine side. And I would be like, oh, I don't take care of no man, oh, no, 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 not me. You got to, if you want me, you got to give me the bag, is what you guys say, right? And I was like, okay, he would fly me out. He would spend all his money. And I didn't care about the logistics of, how I got there. I just would pack my bag and I was gone like every 30 days. I was going and he was coming and I was going. So we finally decided that, we need to get married. Because he told me from the beginning when I met him that he don't play around. He was the kind of man that he want to get married. And I was like, wow, this man, I was like, something's wrong. He was really nice looking. And I looked at him one day and I was like, we favor so much. We have so many common features and mannerisms, and he would mimic stuff I do. If I say, I don't want to see you, he'd be like, I don't want to see you either. Stuff like that. And I would be like, why are you mimicking me? He would do that all the time. And I was like, there's something wrong with this man. Crazy. He's immature. He laughed a lot. And we laughed so much in our relationship, and we still do. Even when I'm mad with him, it's hard to stay mad with him because he cracks me up. He's the kind of person that he's always joking around. And he's always, talking, crazy. He would always make fun of how I talk or what I do. He always tell me that I'm just so naive and all of that. And I was like, he was like, you from somewhere else and that's why you're so naive. I was like, no, that's not it. I'm not naive. You just think I'm naive. And my intuition, grew about the relationship. And, I started to have a lot of telepathic stuff going on between me and him. This is when I really realized with the heart palpitations and me having been able to travel to him and him knowing that I travel to him. I travel to people all the time, but most people don't know when I travel to them. When I do my readings, I travel. I travel to you, astral travel, remote view, and I do that. That's how I do my reads. I don't use cards or any tools. I told you that before. So I would astral travel to him. And, he would say to me, why are you coming to me? And I said, what do you mean? He said, I saw you. And I said, what do you mean you saw me? And the only other person I had saw me, when I was astral traveling was my brother. My brother's deceased. And my brother used to tell me, you're the only person I know that can travel to people, Angel. And, I was like, and I would tell my brother what he had on. That's how I knew that, I was gifted. And my brother would be like, how do you know what I got on? And I'd be like, I don't know. But, so my divine masculine would tell me, I saw you over there. And I was like, you didn't see me. I didn't travel to you. Crazy. And I knew that I was doing something, but I didn't really actually know until he confirmed every time he would see me, every time I tried to do it. And I would close my eyes and I would travel to him. And I developed a key because, as I told you before in one of my videos, that I had these entities, these things, these gray and white things that would try to capture me. And they even tried even more when I came into union with my person. So as we got married and all of that, and our passionate and our sex, I'll say our sex was like off the charts, so good that it's the kind of sex that it blows your mind because, but I would feel empty afterwards because he was not who he needed to be. He was still karmic and I was divine, but we were in a relationship and we were in union. And I just felt like he was still empty because he hadn't healed all the way. I should say that. He was divine, but he hadn't healed. And we would, make love, have sex, whatever you want to call it. I know we were in love, so I say making love. So every time we made love, it was just like out of the world love, like something I never experienced. It was like 9, 10 times a day. Honestly, I'm not joking. I was like, oh my God, you know. So, we came into union, we got married, and we were together. It was just our relationship. I wouldn't even have to say anything to him. I could look across the room and he knew how I felt. We made money out of the wazoo, okay? Out of the world. So, it was just so crazy. And that's how you know that it's a real relationship. And I know a couple of other people that started to become divine, but when they met their person, they were not divine, but they are divine feminines. They just didn't come into union with their person like I did. I don't know any other person here on YouTube or anywhere else that is with their divine mate or have been married to their divine mate. If you feel like you are, hit me up and let me know. All right, because I don't know anybody else but myself that has been in union with their divine partner. Union, married. When I had sex with him, I was married to him, made love to him, whatever you want to call it. All right, I call it making love because we were in love. I know that we were in love because it was mental first. It was no physical thing. And after that, I got pregnant by my mate. And I was older when I got pregnant. Honestly, I was like, I'm too old to be trying to have a baby. When they told me I was pregnant, I was like, this has got to be an immaculate conception because, doctor, I didn't know I was able to get pregnant. I fainted. I fell on the floor. I'm not telling you nothing wrong. I fell on the floor, honestly. And I was like, I'm too old to have a baby. The doctor was like, no, you're in great shape to have a baby. So, we went on like that, and we were both, like into the relationship. And I don't think that he really wanted to be in a real relationship. I think that he had been playing around so long with his life, going from person to person. But when he met me, he was stopped dead in his tracks. I mean, like he was tripping. He was like, you're this and you're that. I can't believe, he would always, he wasn't feeling like he was ever worthy of me. So he was always saying stuff like, if you think I got money, I don't got none. And we were still traveling to see each other. We finally moved in together. And we were together for years and years, all together, 30 years together, in seeing each other. And then when we came in union and got married, okay. And I was still working. He was accepting of what I did at first. But, because nobody in his family really knew what I did for a living. They just knew that I had some money coming in and, and whatever. But when they found out what I did for a living, it was so much fuckery going on. His sister didn't like me. She was a witch. She still is. Both of his sisters. One of his sisters was gay and married a woman. That's all I know about her. And then his brother asked me, was I going to be with him? We broke up a little time. And his brother was trying to talk to me as well. So I was like, this is crazy. And his mother, she would pretend like she liked me, but I knew that she was a witch, a real big witch. He was her only son, and she didn't want him with me. When she found out what I did, she hit the ceiling because she was a church goer. She went to church like every Sunday, all right? She went to church every Sunday. She was in the church. And just because you're in the church every Sunday does not mean that you're a Christian. You can practice witchcraft on Saturday and be in the church on Sunday. That's just the way that goes. So people can think that because they go to church that they're some true blue Christian or whatever. That doesn't make you a Christian. And the stuff that I do, or the tarot card readers here do, or the cartomancy readers do, or whomever, whatever people do, doesn't mean that they're evil. It doesn't mean that the thing is evil. And they could be evil. Let's straighten that out really quick here. The person could definitely be an evil person, because I know some people on here that are definitely evil, And I will call out one person, Pluto Bean. You stole some stuff from me, and I will tell you that right now, people. He stole some stuff from me. I'm putting it on his site, and he's not as crisp and clean as people think that he is, all right? So I'm going to call you out. Okay, back to my story. And then I began to know that I had more powers when I came into union with my person. We did a lot of telepathy, and he could have never lied to me. Every time that he lied to me, I would know when he's lying. I can tell when people are lying anyway. I can just look into you, with my eyes, and I know when you're lying. Believe me, I know when you're lying. If you lie to somebody and they're doing a reading for you, I want to say this again, the reading will not come out right. Okay, it's going to come out very wrong. So that's just something I want to say too. Okay, back to my story. So we kept going on, and people, he just began to get really crazy. He started to mess around with some karmic women. He wasn't doing it, I don't feel or know that he was doing it when we were together, because I left him. I left him because he would never feel like he was worthy of being with me. And I didn't want to live in California, which is where we were. He didn't want to live where I am now. So, and this is where I've been since I, got here. So, he didn't want to live here. So he came here for a little while. He's like, oh, I miss my mom. I miss my friends. My mama needs me. My sisters, blah, 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 blah. So he left and he went back home, because that's the way they tried to separate us and begin to get into his head. Because he was the kind of person, a lot of people that are not divine, especially karmic people, it's some divine people that will do it. They listen. They always listen to other people. They can't make a decision without asking Joe, Mama, whomever. And when you're a divine person, you don't need anybody's, how can you put it? You don't need anybody's advice, right? Because you can listen to your intuition, which is something that you should do, divine or not. Listen to your intuition. It won't steer you wrong. God speaking to you. Listen to God. So he wasn't listening, and his mom and his sister and everybody was talking to him, telling him different stuff, till there began to be division between us. He tried to talk to me like I was crazy, and I'm the kind of woman you can't talk to me like I'm crazy. I'll drop you because I vibe too high for that. You start talking crazy, even on here. You start talking crazy, I may say a few things to you, but I'm not going to keep going back and forth. That's why I said if you make a comment, and that's something you can notice, people that vibe high will not entertain you. It's a lot of readers on here. When they're reading, you can get to them because they vibing low. They're low, they're karmic people, or they're vibing low. Okay? So that's how you'll know. All right? But when you met your twin, a lot of things will start to happen that you'll know that this is your twin. And a lot of people on here, you guys are, and I did the work. You have to be physically and mentally balanced. I went through hell, honestly. I had people come in on my webpage saying stuff about me, just call me. This karmic would have her friends, her whole family call me and leave bad feedback so I wouldn't get any calls. They would leave bad feedback. And I'd be like, it's going to go away. God going to take it away. He would take it away. Time somebody leave a bad rating, somebody else come on, leave a good one. It was back and forth for years. My health was even attacked. I told you before, I was in the hospital. It's not like they put me in the hospital. It's just that I began to worry. I had the neighbors from hell that was stumping. The demons were stumping on the top of the ceiling trying to make me not be able to do my reads, okay? And that's where I made my money, my bag, my bread, whatever you want to call it, okay? And it was just crazy. We went through so much, and it separated us because he never believed that he was good enough for me, because I went to college and all of that, and he would be like, why would you want somebody like me? Because we're total opposites. That's another thing. Me and my twin are opposites. We're total opposites. He is more of a street type of a guy, grassroots, whatever you want to call it, and I'm more, how can I put it? I was more educated, but I had both sides of me. I was, educated, and then I had some street savviness because, when I came here, I was like, I had a brother that was very street savvy. Okay. He taught me a lot about, because I didn't know. He sat me down and he was like, you can't do this and you can't do that because these people here, they will have you doing all kinds of shit. Okay. Excuse my French. Um, but before, I awakened, I didn't know about my gifts, and I have 40 gifts that I utilize, and I didn't know that I could do telepathy either, which is in one of my other videos. You can watch it. Um, it's a lot of stuff that I didn't know about myself that I know now. When I know when it's my energy and when it's somebody else's energy, and people will get in your head. They'll send you all kinds of black magic, voodoo, hoodoo. There's some Santeria. A lot of people now doing Santeria. Santeria is one of the oldest forms of witchcraft that was created in the African Congo of Africa. All right. So you have a lot of brujas and, people that say that they're walking on the right side, they're walking on the wrong side, you know? So just be careful out here. And, I'm just telling you the true story again of a divine feminine awakening and knowing her purpose in life. And I know my purpose. I'm on my mission and purpose, and I will be doing videos. I'm never going to stop. Whomever wants me to stop, that ain't going to happen. All right? Not going to happen. Okay, so you can call me on the phone. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to ever be like coming on here like, oh, this person did this. People do stuff to me all the time. I meet people in the grocery store that don't like me. You know why they don't like me? Because they don't like themselves. When somebody don't, and they vibing low, they don't like themselves, they're not going to like you. How they going to like you when they don't like themselves? And that's just the thing of it here, And that's the way it goes. So, again, if you think that you're a divine feminine, all these people be on here, I'm a goddess, I'm a this, I'm a that. You're not no goddess. You ain't even chosen, most of you, because you ain't did the work. The only work that you do is trying to find a man every other day. And I know that because I read for some of you people, that I know this one girl on here. I'm not ever going to call any names. She a reader, a tarot card reader. I ran for her and I saw so much stuff. I ran from her. Because every time I looked at her, she was trying to find a man. When you're a divine person, you don't have to look for your person or a person to be with. God gonna send you that person. Even if you're not on your mission or purpose, don't look for a man or a woman. Let them come to you, and everything has to be equal give and take. Don't let anybody take care of you. You're looking for somebody to take care of you. That ain't gonna happen. Whether you're from the east, the west, and all these men on here talking about the women from the westerns, they're just so this, and the black women and the green women, they're this and they're that. You're you. Be you. And if you're real, you won't attract anything but realness in your life. You understand? Whether you're a street person or whatever, you understand what I mean. You're not going to find you're not going to be with anybody that's fake. If you're real. But you got to be real with you. That means don't be sitting out here saying, I want a husband when you're dating every Dick, Tom, and Harry. Okay? Because that ain't going to happen, madam or sir. No. There's nothing going to come to you. Nothing. Okay? And that's the way it is. Stop being, a Decepticon or not. Live in your truth. Awaken. And stop being on here oh yeah, that's me, she talking about me. They aren't talking about you. They're talking about somebody that's watching that is divine. And I can tell you, could be 100 people on there. One of those people can be divine. It might even be me. And I'm not even saying anything. I'm just watching a video. But a lot of you aren't divine. Figure out if you're divine. Look at this video. All right? I'm going to end now. And next time I promise you, even if I have to create a short, I'm going to talk about the ley lines and how important ley lines are to you, to me, us. All right? So God bless you. I hope that all of you are trying to live in your truth and living your best life now. I wish that for everybody. I have unconditional love for everyone I touch or talk to or see or speak to. I have nothing in my heart for you but love, all right? So we're all one. All right? Bye for now.